Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty, back in another episode of the GTM show, and today we're going to have one of my favorite restaurants on the show, Pollo Tropical. Here in South Florida, they're huge. They're everywhere. I don't know if they've crept out to other states, but yeah, around here, pretty much see those in like every city, village, town. I was going to go there for dinner tonight already and have a TropiChop. My go-to is normally one with like rice and grilled chicken, stuff like that. But I remembered that they have added new side items and like new main feature items to the menu. One of those new side items is macaroni and cheese, and they also have mashed potatoes and gravy. And they've also added like what they call Tropi Bites. They're like jumbo popcorn chicken. And the catch is they've been like marinated in like a citrus marinade, something like that. I also don't know how long that they've had Mojo pulled pork on the menu. I know they've had pulled pork on the menu for a while, but I don't know if it was Mojo or not. But you throw that all into the mix, and when you have the mashed potatoes and the macaroni and cheese, and you can use those as bases for the TropiChops instead of rice. So today we're going to be checking out the Crispy Bites TropiChop, which has a base of mashed potatoes and gravy. And then they also add corn, and they top it with those little popcorn chicken bites that I was telling you about. And on the flip side of things, we're also going to be checking out the Mojo pulled pork macaroni and cheese TropiChop. I honestly don't know which one of these is going to be the main feature, although the chicken bites one, the one with the mashed potatoes, that one I got as a large, and the pulled pork one I got as a small. Regardless of size, though, looking down at these, I'm not quite sure which one should have been the main event. But we're going to start off with the Crispy Bites TropiChop. This is large right here. There you go. Take all that in. And yeah, you see the Crispy Bites. They are like popcorn chicken. They're usually pretty huge. And they put them on a board, and they chop them up into the piece, and they scatter them across the top of the mashed potatoes there. And then they add the corn. The gravy I added myself. They had that on the side. So there you go. Yeah, looking pretty tasty. All right, you ready for the macaroni and cheese? So there you go. Boom, macaroni and cheese with their Mojo pulled pork on top. And that's I'd say a pretty hefty helping right there of pulled pork. And this entire entree, even though this is a small, which runs like $5, and that large was like $7 and change. Yeah, pretty heavy right here. Not looking too bad. All right, since I'm already holding this one in my hand, let's go in on it. This is the Mojo pulled pork macaroni and cheese TropiChop from Pollo Tropical. All right, down the hatch with that. All right, not gonna lie, I didn't stop at one bite. I went in for several. That is pretty tasty. The pork itself, not too salty. It's got a slightly smoky flavor to it, but more so it's more like roasted pork all day long. Real juicy. I was afraid it was going to be pretty dry, but no, yeah. Very juicy, tasty pork flavor. Macaroni and cheese here is skirting very close to Stouffer's mac and cheese. It's got the same kind of cheesy flavor that does. It's nothing like boxed macaroni and cheese. It doesn't really taste like most of the microwavable macaroni and cheeses that we get that come in like a dry fashion where you add water. Nothing like that. This definitely tastes like commercial grade Stouffer's, probably come from like Cisco, something like that, and restaurant style trays. Yeah, that comes together real nice. Like I say, the serving that they gave you there for $5 and change, yeah, I think it's damn worth it. I'm going to give that a high 4 out of 5. All right, moving on to our Crispy Bites TropiChop. Go ahead, take a look at that once again. This is the one that has the fried chicken, corn, mashed potatoes, gravy. Let's get a bunch of that on the hook. All right, there you go. You see the chicken, the mashed potatoes, the corn, the everything. All right, down the hash with that. All right, this reminds me an awful lot of the mashed potato, chicken, corn thing that they have over at KFC, just in like a much larger scale. Now, the chicken has been sitting here with a steamer lid on it for the whole ride back from the restaurant, my yakking, also in the mashed potatoes with the gravy on it. But yeah, it still definitely has a little bit of a crispiness to the outside. It hasn't given up all hope yet. Very flavorful white meat chicken. Supposed to be citrus marinated. I'm not really getting that. The potatoes, they're coming across as like an instant potato. Very buttery in flavor. Not at all dry, but it definitely doesn't come across like they've got somebody back there peeling potatoes and mashing them at all. The texture is just way too fine. The corn, it tastes like it could have come out of a bag or possibly a can. It doesn't taste like frozen corn. The gravy that they're using here is like a nice chicken gravy. It's not too salty. It's got like a mild poultry flavor to it. It's just got the right consistency to like just cover everything, and there's just enough of it there to where it doesn't turn it into soup. But yeah, it's a thicker consistency. It's not like a real runny. I also like this a lot, and I would definitely pick both of these up again. So once again, the Crispy Bites one, I'm giving this also a high 4 out of 5. All right, so there you have it. It's the Crispy Bites TropiChop over mashed potatoes and the Mojo pulled pork TropiChop over macaroni and cheese. New on the TropiChop menus at Pollo Tropical. Definitely go out, give them a try. I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM show. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.